You touch an electrical outlet. Zap! Your whole body jumps. Your hand pulls back. Your heart starts racing. And your brain immediately goes, "Damn, that was close." But why does electricity make your body react like that? Why can one tiny touch make your muscles suddenly contract? And why do you sometimes get shocked just by touching a doorknob? Zap! You look at the door like it personally attacked you. Relax. The door didn't do anything. You basically charged yourself with electricity and then punched the door with it. Sounds stupid, but that's pretty much what happened. Let's start with the simple part. Your body isn't just a pile of meat walking around. Inside you, electrical signals are constantly moving. Your brain uses electrical signals to send information. Your nerves use electrical signals to communicate. And your muscles need electrical signals to contract. Basically, your body is already running on a tiny biological electrical system. No charger required, luckily. But then why does outside electricity hurt you? Think of your nerves like extremely tiny electrical wires. When your brain wants you to move your hand, it sends signals through your nervous system. Those signals tell your muscles to contract. Your hand moves. You don't have to sit there thinking, "Okay, activate muscle number 7. Your body just does it. But when an external electrical current passes through your body, it can interfere with those signals. Basically, your body has its own electrical system, and then outside electricity comes in like, "Hey, let me help." Your body. Nobody asked you. Electricity doesn't care. If the conditions are right, it can travel through your body and stimulate your nerves and muscles. And when that happens, your muscles can suddenly contract. That's why you can get shocked and immediately pull your hand away. You don't even have time to think about it. You don't sit there going, According to the laws of physics, electricity appears to be stimulating my peripheral nervous system. No. Your brain just goes, "Electricity! Move!" And your hand is already gone. But here's the important part. Not every electric shock affects your body in the same way. How dangerous it is depends on several things. How much current is flowing, how long you're in contact with it, how the current travels through your body, and even whether your skin is dry or wet. And this is why electricity and water are such a terrible combination. You've probably seen this before. Your hands are dry. You touch something electrical. Maybe nothing serious happens. But when your skin is wet, things can become much more dangerous. Why? Because water, especially water containing dissolved substances, can make it easier for electricity to pass through. Dry skin provides a relatively strong barrier. Wet skin can reduce that resistance. So the simple rule is, wet hands plus electricity equals don't be stupid. Don't think, it's just a little water. Electricity doesn't care how little water you think there is. It only cares about the path. And this is where things get serious. An electric shock isn't always just, "Ow," and then you're fine. If enough current passes through your body, it can cause serious injury, especially if the current travels through important areas of the body. And one of the biggest concerns is the heart. Because yes, your heart uses electricity too. Every heartbeat is controlled by electrical signals that help coordinate the heart's contractions. So what happens if an outside electrical current interferes with that system? Imagine you're listening to a song. Everything is playing at the right rhythm. Then some idiot suddenly grabs a microphone and screams, "Ah!" the rhythm is ruined. With your heart, that's not funny anymore. That's why electrical shocks can sometimes be extremely dangerous. Now let's go back to something much more familiar. You walk across a carpet. You wear socks. You keep rubbing your feet against the floor. Then you touch a metal doorknob. Zap! You jump. You look around. What the hell just attacked me? Probably not a ghost. It's usually static electricity. When different materials touch and rub against each other, electrons can move from one material to another. One object can end up with extra electrons, another can lose some. That creates an imbalance of electrical charge. You walk across the carpet, your body builds up a charge. Then you touch something conductive, like a metal doorknob. That charge suddenly finds a way to move. Zap! Congratulations, you just gave the doorknob a tiny lightning strike. And what's funny is that you can feel it very clearly even though the event happens incredibly fast. Sometimes you can even see a tiny spark, and this happens more often when the air is dry. That's why during cold or dry weather, you might suddenly become a human taser. Touch the door, zap, touch the car, zap, touch your friend. Why did you do that? I didn't, zap. Okay, maybe stop touching things. But why can you sometimes touch something and nothing happens? Because electricity needs a suitable path. If the conditions aren't right, the current may not flow easily through your body. And that's one of the most important things to understand about electric shocks. The path matters. Think of electricity like water. It wants a path from one electrical potential to another. If your body becomes part of that path, the current can travel through you. And trust me, you do not want to become a bridge for electricity, especially if that path goes through important organs. So if you see a damaged electrical wire, don't think, let me touch it and see if there's still electricity. This is not the moment to become a scientist. Don't test it with your hand, don't test it with your foot, and definitely don't tell your friend, you touch it first. That's not friendship, that's unpaid human experimentation. So, why do humans get electric shocks? Because your body already relies on electrical signals to function. When an external electrical current passes through your body, it can interfere with your nerves and muscles. It can make your muscles contract. It can cause pain. It can make you jump. And in serious cases, it can interfere with vital organs such as the heart. And those little zap moments when you touch a doorknob, that's usually static electricity building up and then suddenly discharging. The funny thing is, you may have experienced this dozens of times in your life, and somehow, every single time, you still react like you've just discovered electricity for the first time. Ah! Like, bro, you knew electricity existed. But at least now you know what's actually happening. Your body isn't broken. The electricity isn't personally angry at you. You're just living in a world filled with electrical systems, while your body happens to be a biological system that also uses electricity. So next time you hear zap, you don't have to scream, "What the hell was that?" You can calmly think, ah, the electrons are doing stupid things again. But remember, electricity is not a toy. If you're not sure whether an electrical source is safe, don't test it with your body. Your body is many things. A charger is not one of them. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching. If this video taught you something you didn't know before, hit like. And if you enjoy videos that explain weird, everyday things that seem simple, but become surprisingly interesting when you actually think about them, subscribe. And if you've ever been shocked by a doorknob and then stared at it like you were about to sue the thing, don't worry, you're definitely not alone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.